an important rule in the laws of kashrut and the kosher laws is discussed in this week's Torah portion, Parshat Emor, which is the law that is called Oto ve'et bano, which means one may not shecht, one may not slaughter both a mother and its child on the same day for consumption. This is in Leviticus chapter 22, verse 28. Vishor oseh, either a cow or a ewe, a sheep. Oto ve'et bano lo tishchatu b'yom echad. It and its child you may not shecht, you may not slaughter on the same day. This is in the context of sacrificial offerings. The Midrash in Masechet Chulin, the Talmud tractate Chulin, Daf Pei Gimel Amud Aleph, notes that that verse ends with a slightly different grammatical construction than we would have expected. It says Biyom Echad. We might have expected, which means in one day or in day one. We might have expected it to say Be'oto Yom, in that same day, or Biyom Hahu, on that day. It says Biyom Echad. And that also mirrors a little bit another place in the Torah where the term Biyom Echad comes in. So let's first read the Talmudic passage and then the comment of the Torah Temimah. Biyom Echad. Nאמר במעשה בראשית יום אחד, ונאמר באותו ואת בנו יום אחד. So what's the passage that this reflects? Maaseh Bereshit. Genesis. You might know that in Genesis chapters 1 and 2, in going through the days of the week, the first week ever, the first days of creation, after the first day, it says Yom Echad, not Yom Rishon like we would have anticipated, but Yom Echad. And it also says that same Yom Echad here, day one day. Ma Yom Echad ha'amor b'ma'aseh Bereshit, just like the first Yom Echad, which is said in Genesis, Hayom Holech achar Halayla, the day follows from the night, because you might recall it says back in Genesis, Vayihi Erev, Vayihi Voker, Yom Echad, it was evening, it was morning, so the morning, the day following the evening, the night, Af Yom Echad ha'amor ba'oto ve'et bano, hayom holech achar halayla. So too, here, when it says Yom Echad, the rule for oto ve'et bano, of not shechting a child after its mother, the day follows the night. Now, what does this mean? Why is this important? Why did it have to tell us this? Torah Temimah is going to delve into all those things. So first of all, what does this mean? Kegon, im shachat et הראשון בתחילת ליל אחד, lo yishchot et השני ad תחילת ליל שני. If you shecht an animal at night, Sunday night, you cannot shecht the child of that animal, the baby sheep, the lamb, until Monday night, once it's already nighttime. Why? Because Sunday night, we've learned from the Midrash, Sunday night is included in Monday. It's Sunday night and Monday. That's one day. So you can't do it on the same day, so you'd have to wait till Monday night or Tuesday. V'im shachat et האחד בסוף יום אחד, קודם בין השמשות שוחט השני בתחילת ליל שני. But if you were to shecht the first animal Monday afternoon, 6 p.m. before sunset, you could shecht the second animal, the child or the mother, it doesn't matter either one, that night, just a couple of hours later, following sunset. And now it's nighttime. So you can go from Monday at 6 p.m. to Monday at 9 p.m., but you can't go from Sunday at 9 p.m. to Monday morning or Monday afternoon or Monday, because that's all one day. V'hine. Now here's where it gets a little interesting, because we know that throughout the Torah, the day follows the night. This is not just true regarding Genesis chapter 1 and now Leviticus chapter 22, these two things, the creation story and this one mitzvah. It's true across the Torah, generally speaking, that day follows the night. And we know that's true throughout most of Jewish tradition. All of our holidays, all of Shabbat goes from sundown to sundown. So why do we have to learn something special about this? Lo etztarich lichora lahashmienu zekan. There doesn't seem to be a need, at least at face value, to tell us this here. Oh, but there actually is. Why? Ach bechol zot etztarich mashum. It is needed. Why? To kevan to din zed to otov et bano kativ beinyan kodshim, because this law of not shechting the mother and the child on the same day is found contextually within a broader conversation of sacrificial offerings. V'havamina kamo b'kodshim halayla holech hayom. And actually, regarding sacrificial offerings, that is one major counterexample wherein the night follows the day. And if you offered food on the altar, an animal on the altar, one day, one morning or afternoon, the laws of that offering continue past sundown into the night. And it goes through the night, and you can then not eat. And it's only the following morning, sunrise in the morning, that you can't eat that food anymore. So kodshim, sacrificial offerings, are the major counterexample wherein, as opposed to the rest of the Torah, where the day follows the night in what's considered a day, for sacrifices, it's the night follows the day. So you would have thought this would have been true here too, regarding otov et bano, shechting the baby goat or baby sheep or baby cow, the calf, with the mother, or vice versa. And this comes to tell us that no, it's like the rest of the Torah. For otov et bano, the day follows the night. So the question now is going to be, why? Ubetam gezerah shavazu. The reason that this is connected back to Genesis, Bechlal v'shaychus lashon inyan zeh l'lashon dema'aseh beraishit yesh lomar. So why do we do any of this? Demadayik de'inyan ma'aseh beraishit hayetzarich lemar yom rishon. You might have known, as I think I mentioned earlier, that it's already a question back in Genesis 1. Why does it say yom rishon? Why does it say yom echad, one day, and not yom rishon, the first day? Like every other day in Genesis, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, it says Yom Sheni, Yom Shlishi. It doesn't say Yom Shtayim or Yom Shalosh like it says Yom Echad. It should say Yom Rishon. Etc. Ubakan, Hayat Sarach Lomar B'Yom Hahu. Here too, it should have said on that day and not B'Yom Echad. Acharei Datzivu Ehu al Hasheni. Like I said, it should have said on that same day, because it started by saying once you've shechted the first, you shouldn't say shech the second on that same day, rather than on one day. So the question is now, why, now that we've connected it to teach us this lesson, but why at all is it true that the law of otov et bano is only relevant, is only applicable for the day following the night, unlike kodshim everywhere else? It's because yesh lomar Mishum delo matzino aklal delayla achar hayom rak b'devar she'einu noeg ela b'kodshim bilvad. We only find that it's true that night follows day, meaning the laws are applicable into the night following the day after sunset, things that are only relevant for sacrifices. Masha'ein kain otov et bano, but the law of not shechting a mother and a child on the same day, while it's true that it is relevant for sacrifices, it's also true for what we call chulin, regular meat consumption, having nothing to do with the sacrifices, meaning even today, in 2018, and not in Jerusalem, and not in Israel, even here in New Orleans, Louisiana, or wherever you might be watching, you can eat meat if you shecht it properly, but you cannot shecht mother and child on the same day. This law isn't only applicable to sacrifices, and that is why, according to the Torah Temimah, the Torah had to go out of its way to tell us that, and to use this different language to infer that we should learn it from Genesis, to tell us that this is not just relevant to sacrifices. It's like every other law in the Torah, wherein the day follows the night. L'chein itkish l'chol dinei Torah shehayom holech achar halayla. Therefore, it's like every other law in the Torah where the day follows the night. So an interesting and important law of kashrut, otov et bano, shechting a kid and its mom on the same day is not allowed, and it's also is that length of a day, or the definition of a day, is from sundown to sundown, like everything else in the Torah. You might have thought it was like the night following the day, which is true regarding sacrifices, because this is true regarding sacrifices, but the Torah Temimah tells us it's not just true regarding sacrifices, and therefore its laws, like everything else in the Torah, day following night, which is why it had to change the language slightly to say biyom echad, to alert us to the connection to Genesis, to teach us that just like there we said vayera vayivoker, so too here it's vayera vayivoker. Friends, always a pleasure learning with you. More next week.